Hi everyone, and welcome to chair yoga in our homes, because that's where we're doing yoga these days. So I am happy to have you here on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to do a practice today that is very similar to what I have been doing in my Zoom classes. I'm offering a couple of Zoom classes on my own and then through another organization here in Tucson. So if you can't get to that, this will be more or less what I'm doing on the Zoom channel. And I've turned my chair a little bit sideways. I think it's easier to see what I'm doing that way. Okay, so you can face right towards me, but I'll go this way so you can have a better view of things. And as we always do in yoga, we get comfortable to start with, and we will transition, just bringing the hands together and creating some warmth. Two nice deep breaths. Inhale, interlace the fingers. Exhale, press through the palms. You can round the back, tuck the chin if you want to. Come out wide. And we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, exhale, and back and around, and last time. And as you come out with the arms this next time, energize a little bit, open and close the hands. And then just like little raindrops floating down to the earth, wiggle the fingers, let the arms hang heavy, and just take your head side to side. And maybe bring the chin towards the chest as you release the hands to the thighs, and do a few little semicircles here, just stretching out the neck. And we'll take a few moments, as we always do in yoga, to focus on the breath. So as you come back from the next stretch, just bring one hand to the chest, one hand to the belly. And you can close your eyes or soften your gaze here. And just take a moment. Allow the breath to deepen. Let go of all of the busy thoughts, the concerns, the considerations for this day and for the future. And just appreciate arriving in this moment, here and now. And as the breath deepens and the body begins to relax, we can attune to more subtle sensation. So just check in with how you're feeling. Every day is different. Being self-aware is important, but we're never judgmental. We just accept where we are at any given time on any given day. And of course, please modify during this practice if you need to. You can pause the video and rest at any time if you'd like, or add more if you want a more challenging practice. And then we'll just open the hands. I've been using this lately. This is Ananta Mudra. Traditionally, it is done with the base of the hands together. I've been taking the hands a little wider in front of the middle of the chest, the heart center. And a moment to open to an intention or affirmation for the practice, for the day, for the days ahead. So certainly peace, well-being, optimism, gratitude, all of these thoughts, these feelings we can open to, whatever resonates for you today. Just be receptive here. And with our intention set, we'll take a full breath in. You can blink and open your eyes, adjust to the light of the room. Bring the hands down to the heart center, and we'll take that 1 more time. Inhale, exhale. So let's go right ahead and do a little circling here. You can take the feet wider, hands to the knees or thighs, and just go one direction, nice and easy. 3 or 4 circles. And then go the other way, again, nice and easy. I have a slightly creaky chair. That is the sound that may be heard on the video, I'm not sure. Come back to center. Okay, we're going to take the feet closer together. I've been doing this regularly also. Swaro, cactus arms. We're going to open the chest, inhale and lift. Now 2 possibilities. You can keep the spine long and take the forearms as close together as you want to take them. Or as you lift, you can do a little bit more of a back bend. I'll go sideways so you can see me. And then you could also do a little core strengthening, contract and round here. Okay, so the back bend and the contraction are optional, but add them if you'd like. A couple more times. Inhale, exhale. Good. This next time, lift and open and squeeze the elbows towards the ribs and back. So you'll feel the chest opening, the muscles of the upper back engaging. And then just soften and squeeze a few more times. Soften and engage. and then bring the arms back. Now I like to hold on to the frame of the chair. Even though this chair is creaking, it's pretty stable. Hopefully yours is as well. So you can lean forward and get a nice opening to the front of the body here. Relax your face, your jaw, and your eyes. Come back up, full breath in, and bring the hands together at the heart center. We'll get a little more work in for the lower body at this time. So as you bring your hands down, this is a great one if you do not have time or the ability to take a walk or get much exercise in during the day. You're just going to lift one leg and then the other. My chair is really quite creaky here. That's okay. That's a good reminder that you know, I'm being supported by something that is more solid than it sounds. So this is going to warm us up. It's going to get the blood flowing. I have my hands here just to motivate me to lift the knees a little higher. Good. And then I'm going to be a mirror image of you. You're going to take your right leg, and this one I do quite regularly, bending and straightening. So it's nice for the knee joint. And then we're going to hold and circle your foot both directions. Good. And then extend your leg and hold here. So it's a view of my foot, which is kind of flying off there into the video, but you'll be feeling this in your leg, your hip flexors, and using some core strength as well. Now I'm just going to get right into this next one. Not everyone will necessarily want to do it, but it's the figure 4. So if you're not doing figure 4, bring the ankle to the shin. If you are doing figure 4, take your foot to your thigh, sit nice and tall, and you can stay here. You can lean forward. This adds quite a bit more intensity. You can also bring the arms back, which I kind of enjoy. Keep breathing. If anyone is inspired to stay longer in figure 4, of course you're welcome to. But for now, I will bring myself back down to neutral, shake it out, do a little windshield wiper pose, side to side with the knees. Okay, and then everything to the second side. So it will be your left leg or whichever side you did not do. Bending and straightening. Bending and circling your foot. So this is very good for the ankle joint. Both directions. Okay, and then we're going to extend the leg straight out. We're going to hold here. Now you can actually hold on to the leg, but it's a bit more challenging not to have your hands there. So your thigh, your hip flexors, your tummy are all engaged and working hard. Keep breathing. Okay, now I believe on the first side we went right to the figure 4. If you want to do something else in between, that's fine, but figure 4, externally rotating the hip. Okay, so this will help you if you want to be able to sit cross-legged on the floor. It kind of keeps those hip muscles nice and flexible. And you can lean forward if you'd like. You don't have to. You can take the arms back. Come up slowly and just release. Now I do like, as a kind of in-between move, just a little pattering here. The other one that we did before, windshield wiping the knees, is nice also. And before we get up to standing, we'll do our most favorite ever pose in chair yoga. Maybe or maybe not, it is your most favorite, but we can add it into the practice for continuing to strengthen the core. So this will be boat pose. I came a little farther forward on my chair. I'm going to lean back. Now you can't see in this video because I am in a small space, but my heels are lifted. Okay, so I'm on my toes and I'm leaning back. So that's sort of the first level that you might want to consider. You can lift one foot and then the other. Okay, now the full boat, I'm going to just position here so I'm nice and stable and steady. You'll lift both feet and you might release the hands or keep the hands to the thighs. All right, some of you have been doing this for a while, so you can do a little extension of one leg and then the other, bumping into furniture as needed. Keep breathing, twisted boat, either the hands apart or hands together. For more intensity, you could have 2 small hand weights and do this with hand weights. Woo, so this will warm you up if you're not warm already. Bring your feet down, and I like the counter stretch of upward table. So we press into the chair, and you can either open the chest as I'm doing here or come a little bit farther forward and actually lift off of the chair. Okay, upward table. The tummy is the top of the table, And then those who have done this for a while and feel okay in the shoulders and the wrists can do a little push-up. As many as you'd like to take. Carefully come back down, and we'll do a forward fold here. So we're secure on the chair, we're going to reach up, and if you have stenosis, osteoporosis, any disc issues, I'll go a little bit more sideways. You're going to keep a long spine. Okay, so this can be quite relaxing, elongating like this. Those who are comfortable rounding can continue on down. And just let your head maybe go between the knees, down towards the floor. And you can go somewhere in between. So each forward fold is different. Just go where it feels best for your body. And then we'll come back up slowly. Take your time. And let's bring one hand to the chest, one hand to the belly as we did at the start of the practice. Take a full breath in. Exhale and release. And we're going to get ready to come to standing. You can hold on to the chair or be hands-free, however you'd like to make that transition. And here we go. And as we get up to standing, we'll take a couple moments. Just take a few deep breaths here, adjust to the new position. And because I am in a fairly small space, I have put my chair off to the side. But if you think you might like to have your chair to one side for balance, that's a really good idea. I'm just moving mine out of the way so I have a little more space, but each person's choice. Okay, so we are in our standing position, and after taking a few nice deep breaths here, we will lift the arms up, bring the palms together down the midline, take the feet a little wider, and then hands to the hips and circle the hips. One direction, and then the other way. Okay, I've been doing this one for a while now. Some moves from Qigong. As you finish the hip circles, one palm up, one palm down, or don't worry about which direction the hands are and just follow along with the arm movement. I have a little bend to the leg, so there's a buoyancy, and we just slice along kind of outside of the rib cage with one arm and then the other, forward and back. Soften the gaze, feel that you're generating some nice warmth, really stimulating and massaging the internal organs. Good, and then just pause, and like you're holding a round, beautiful ball of chi, of energy, of light in your hands. Move side to side. You can go up and down at a diagonal. This is called playing with chi. And then I just did this with a group of friends on Zoom. We are going to come back to center, and still imagining this nice round ball that we have, we're going to retrieve the moon from the sea. So bend the legs, imagine that you're looking at a bright reflection of the moon in the ocean. Put it back in the sky where it belongs, and down and up. Two more times, lift, a little back bend here. One more time. Good, and then just bring the hands down. Pause for a moment. Fish Mudra, Matsya Mudra, good for flexibility and fluidity in our bodies and hopefully in our lives as well. And then a lunge set. So you can bring your right foot back. I'll be a mirror image of you. Hopefully my head will not get cut off, but we'll see how that goes. The front leg is bent. We're going to pulse a little bit here, drawing the belly in and up. Now we'll go back to Swaro Cactus Arms. So I'm going to turn a little bit more so you can see what's going on here. I'm going to open here, and I'm going to bring the hands to the heart here. Okay, take this about somewhere between 3 to 5 rounds. Good. And as you open and come forward, I haven't done this one for a little while, you might wiggle your foot a little bit out to the side. This is called Humble Warrior. So you'll use the chair if you need it. I'm pretending I have the chair there. You could have hands to the hips or behind your back. You're bowing to the earth. Humble Warrior. And those who have been doing this for a while or want to go deeper can dip the shoulder towards the knee, roll the top shoulder back, and look up towards the ceiling. As you unwind, take your time coming up. Now, I've been doing a lot of Stork Pose lately, so I'm going to have you press off of your back foot, hold on to the chair if you'd like. Notice the artwork up there. It is actually a white crane, but perhaps that has been my inspiration for Stork, the bird standing there, and often they are on one leg. So you can float and fly if you want to. Good, and then land 2 feet to the earth, and let's bring the hands to the belly here. So nice and steady and grounding, and relax with a full deep breath right down to the belly. Now we'll take the whole set to the second side. So if I forget anything, just do it. Sometimes I forget, and then people in a class will call it out, but since you can't call it out to me on a video, if I forget anything, you can add it yourself, or add more if you want to. Okay, so the leg is back. I believe on this side it's your left leg, your right leg forward. You're in a high lunge. You can take a few deep breaths here. You can use your hand to the chair if you'd like, and then swirl cactus, pressing forward and coming back. Forward and back. Inhale, exhale. Good, one more time. And then come back, and we'll take our humble warrior. I do like to take the foot a little farther out to the side so there's room. You can have hands to the chair, to your hips, or behind your back. Come down a little bit or farther still. Some of you may dip the shoulder in towards the knee and look up towards the ceiling. When you're ready to come out, unwind, come up carefully. Ooh, take your time. Sometimes a bit of a head rush here. Then we're going to press off of the back foot. White crane, maybe I'll just call it white crane pose, or stork. We're balancing, we're on one leg. You can float and fly if you want to. Good, all the way down. And just take a moment here, the feet a little bit wider apart. I just love this pose. It's so simple, but it's called 5-pointed star. And when I do this with kids, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. So nice and bright and warm like a star. And you can take the feet maybe a little wider than you have them here. Just make sure you don't feel like you're going to slip. If the knees and hips agree to a little bending and straightening, this is good for strengthening the lower body. And then we have a little side core exercise we can do with the legs bent. So bending the legs, engage the pelvic floor. It's my symbol for the pelvic floor muscles being engaged, lifting internally, and your hands either to your shoulders like so, or for a little more intensity behind your head. Okay, it's quite a bit of work to keep the legs wide and bent like this, so modify if you need to. I'm going to go side to side, and again, it could be like this if you prefer. It could even be swirl cactus arms if that feels better. Ooh, keep breathing. Do this one before lunge, not on a full stomach, please. Good, we'll come back, straighten the legs, 5-pointed star. Okay, I did this in my Zoom practice today. It's going to be a side stretch, and you'll be going to your right. I'm a mirror image of you, your hand or your forearm to the thigh. And we'll take a few nice deep breaths here. And if you need your chair, you could have one hand, your right hand maybe on the chair. So definitely stay stable and steady. Now come up, and you'll be in warrior 2 stance. Okay. And then we did a diving warrior, palms together and just dipping and diving, just like so. Okay, we'll do 3 rounds here. Coming up, reverse triangle, arms and legs are straight, reaching up and back. You can look towards the ceiling or towards the floor. And coming around. And then we'll do everything to the second side. So the first thing is our side stretch. You'll be going to your left, your hand or your forearm to your thigh, your arm reaching overhead. If you have a tricky shoulder, remember to modify. You don't have to take the arm overhead. Reach and stretch and open. Keep that leg bent. This is the warrior 2 stance, and we're doing our diving warrior today. Dipping and diving, thinking about cool, fresh water. And finishing up, reverse triangle, arms and legs are straight, Reaching up and back, you can look towards the ceiling or towards the floor. And then just come back, you'll be in your 5-pointed star, bright and warm and shiny. And then we'll step or hop the feet together. And I'm going to offer a forward fold, breathing in. Now here again, you could come halfway. I'm going to show the side view. A long spine, and you could relax here. Some of you may want to bend the legs and go all the way down. Hold on to your big toes. Some of you may lift the arms up behind your back. Do try to relax the neck. Release the face, jaw, the eyes. Come up slowly with the eyes open. Slow, 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 slow. Oh, good. Yeah, sometimes there's a bit of a head rush. Pause here. I will invite everybody, if they have a window, which you can tell I have over there, to just turn and take a little peek out of their window. Maybe a little piece of blue sky out there, or a bird, or a few leaves, or maybe if you're lucky, some flowers in view. And just take in that beautiful day, come back to your intention, perhaps reflect upon that which you're grateful for, and certainly send a good message of gratitude or peace or well-being out to another person or group of people today. Now you may need to find your chair if it is off to the side. I'm going to invite everyone to take a quick balance. It could be standing on one leg. If the wall is there, that's great. You can use the wall also. You can add anything else that you might like. Tree pose, eagle pose. If it's your right leg on top, take your left arm on top. I'll show one more that I love. Baby bird, like a bird jumping out of the nest for the first time, or contemplating if they do want to jump at all. Okay, second side, whatever you did to the first side is great. Maybe tree, maybe eagle. If your left leg is on top, take your right arm on top. Maybe baby bird. It's like a back bend, a balance, a heart opening stretch all in one. And then just come back down. And if you're facing the window still, you can turn and face back towards me. Maybe just circle the hips here. Take some nice deep breaths. And just pause. Just for a moment, we'll do Mountain Mudra. This is kind of a thumbs up position. The elbows in, the shoulders relaxed. And Mountain Mudra is said to be good for the spine. It's good for balance and good for just feeling grounded and steady and present in the moment here and now. Final part of our chair standing practice will be a downward dog. Now if you practice a traditional down dog, you can do it on the floor as you normally would. If you have your chair available, you'll bring your hands to the seat of the chair. Now this is really a chance to elongate the spine. So you can walk your feet back. I like to bend the legs and then I press the hips back. Okay, so I think I'm still in the frame of the video here. Some people might straighten the legs. That gives me a kind of a deep pull in the hamstrings, but if that's useful for you, you can do that. And then we also have the option for a plank pose, walking the feet back, shifting the shoulders over the wrists, engaging the tummy, so you can't see it, but my heels are off the floor here. I'm on the balls of my feet. And some people like to go back and forth, down dog to plank. Optional, but the cobra of a traditional practice can be done on a chair like so. Cobra pose, it's a back bend. And then just when you're complete, you can add more if you want to, but you'll come back to standing. And as always, come up slowly and perhaps just come back to Mountain Mudra, or you can do Fish Mudra or any hand position that you'd like. And if you want to pause the video and do more for your standing practice, that's fine. Otherwise, we will come back down to seated. Sighs of relief as we come back into our chairs. Make yourself comfortable. So I thought I would just do a couple of things here and then we'll start our cool down, and of course we will finish the practice with a nice relaxation. As you get into your chair and transition, why don't we just do a little circling. These we've already done, but it always feels good. Okay, both directions. All right, now for the side core muscles, we did the side core when we were going like this in the standing position, but this is another way to get into that area of the rib cage and the waist, really. A couple possibilities. Arms wherever you're comfortable having them. The most intense would be hands behind your head. Lifting your right leg, I'll be a mirror image. Turning to your right, coming back and down. Good, other side, lift, twist, back and down. Now if you want more intensity, lift and contract, lengthen and come back down. And the breath is like this. I'll go like this so you know it's an option. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good, once more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and then just come forward, either a long spine or same as the earlier option, rounding. And just relax your head, your shoulders, come up carefully when you're ready. And roll the shoulders. You might just do a little windshield wiping for the knees here. Now if there's anything else you'd like to add in the Zoom class today, I did do a little of what's called développé, which I like to say because it sounds very French. I think it is French, in fact, from ballet. Some of you might know it. Développé, we take one leg. You can start with your right leg, extend, point, bend, and continue. Okay, it's a nice stretch. It's strengthening. Very nice for the joints as well. And then we'll just do that to the other side. So this could be done before or after that figure 4 stretch that we did earlier in the practice. And just for fun, I'm going to offer the option of one more boat pose. Okay, I'll turn sideways so you can lean back, lift one foot and then the other. I guess it's a little more visible here than it was earlier because I've shifted my angle a bit. Make sure you're secure on your chair if you want to do the full version. I was showing the group earlier that you can do a figure 4 boat, which is really quite a lot of stuff going on all at once. But try it if you'd like. Whatever you do to one side, try it to the other side. Ooh, traditional boat is fine too. Good. And then at this point, just come forward, and I'm going to show you sideways. Bring your palms or fisted hands gently to your lower back. And just give yourself a nice little back massage here. Kidneys, adrenal glands, just giving them some good support. Now, as we come back up, if you would like to pause the video and add more, this is a good time to do that. I'm not using them today, but occasionally I use small weights in my chair yoga practices, so you could do a little weight bearing work if you want to, and I will add that in another session, but for now it's optional, so you can pause the video. And if you are ready to get yourself into a nice, calm, peaceful place, we can transition. I have pillows here, which is a reminder for me to suggest some of you may like to put a pillow behind your back. Okay, this chair is a little bit large for that, so I don't need it, but it can be comfortable. Some of you might lie on your back and actually put your legs at a right angle up on the chair, so that's very relaxing, and it's wonderful for alignment and posture as well. So the main thing is to be comfortable, and then you can decide if you'd like to close your eyes or just soften the gaze, either way. Take that full breath in that we did at the start of the practice, and exhale completely. And try that again, full breath in. Feel that you're oxygenating every cell of the body. And release. And as you exhale, let go of anything you don't need, frustrations, tension, stress, anything, even if you don't know what it is, just allow yourself to move along that which is not serving you. And then see if you can just come to a natural, smooth, steady breath. In yoga, the term is often belly breathing. Just like little babies lying on their backs, sound asleep, the bellies rise and fall with the breath. And belly breathing is very calming. It's good for the nervous system. We know at this time that there is nothing that we need to fix or figure out. certainly nothing to accomplish or achieve. A time right now just to be in this moment, to digest, absorb the practice that we've done. A chance to drop back. A time to simply release, relax, and to let go completely. And I'll stay with you here for about half a minute. If you do want to pause the video, you can do so and stay in this peaceful place a little longer. But about half a minute here together, just dropping back, letting go completely. As I say, you can stay here as long as you like. It's just a wonderful place to be. Calm and steady, no worries. But to come back, just notice your body. Take in this place of calm that we've arrived at. And in your own time, deepen the breath and just carefully come back into movement. Just gently, just carefully, fingers and toes, hands and feet. Blink and adjust to the light of the room if your eyes were closed. And just feeling again that we're back into our familiar spot on our chairs, and we will finish here with something that I've been doing in my classes recently, both on Zoom, and I was doing it before we started our Zoom practices as well. In Tai Chi and Qigong, they work with pressure points and they do some patting. Now they will often give you a trajectory to go down the shins, up the calves, all of that, but I just offer a little chance to pat any way that you'd like to. So it really gets the circulation going, it warms us up, it helps, they say, the flow of Qi, of energy through the body. So pat, pat, pat anywhere you like. You can go nice and hard on the legs, a little more gently on the belly, the lower back, kidneys, lungs, down one arm to the palm, up, other side. And then we'll go right up to the crown of the head here. So pat as much as you like. I really like the sternum also. That's very energizing, uplifting. But of course for the brain, we want some good brain power today. Tap the top of your head. I keep forgetting to do this in my group classes, but you can do a little pull or squeeze or massage to your ears. This is good for the brain as well. Not to mention hearing. Keep those ears open. Good. So we've had a good practice, we've had some nice relaxation, we've had some energizing work with the pressure points to come back, and we'll conclude things here just with a little prayer position, hands at the heart. So please do feel some warmth, hopefully a sense of well-being within and around you. And come back to your intention if you have one. Send that positive message out into the world, or reflect upon gratitude if you'd like. And I do want to thank you for joining me today. So I feel everybody's good energy out there. I want to thank you so much, and do be well, have a great day, and I will see you again soon. Namaste.